Get me that signal. We need more power.
Welcoming back Anton Torres from Fantasy Flight Games. Anton,
yes.
Just so you know, you are the star of the second most popular video on The Voice of E from our Warhammer excursion last summer.
Excellent.
When I talked about Relic.
We had Relic, the prototype at that time.
Yep, almost 6,000 views.
Excellent.
Not bad.
Fantastic. Yeah, it was good to see you guys there.
So we're here at the Fantasy Flight Games booth at Gen Con, and there's a huge line stretching around the booth.
Yes.
What is everybody so excited about here?
Well, we have a lot to show at Gen Con every year. What we bring is much more than a retail booth, but we do bring a retail. We have a full retail store. As surrounding the booth are demo stations. We're demoing a lot of new games. The reason why people are lining up at the retail booth is that this year we are actually debuting for sale a number of hot items that will hit retail over the coming weeks in September into early October. A few of them would be the Wave 3 ships for X-Wing, the miniatures game.
Excellent.
And Wave 3 is composed of the Lambda class Imperial shuttle. We've got the B-Wing, which is one of my favorite ships. We've got the Hawk 290, Kyle Katarn's light freighter, the Moldy Crow from the Extended Universe, and a TIE Bomber. And I play X-Wing, my boss and I play. We try to play every week, and we haven't because of Gen Con recently, but I can't wait to get my hands on those and play. The game is on fire, and is a lot of fun.
Yes.
And it's being very well received, which is great. We also have, as far as debut in Star Wars universe, we have the Age of Rebellion beta. The RPG for a Star Wars role-playing game is divided into 3 core rulebooks. We've got Edge of Empire core rulebook, which is dedicated to life on the Outer Rim. So we're talking smugglers and adversaries and the seedier side of what is Star Wars.
And that was last year, right?
That was last year that we debuted the beta. The core release was early this year. Now we have a beta for the second core rulebook, which is Age of Rebellion. And Age of Rebellion is really talking about the rebels versus the Empire. And so there's new classes. There's some folks that are using it just as a source book. New classes, new careers, lots of new material. And as a beta, it allows people that want to help us refine this to make it the very best that it can be. It allows them the ability to contribute, right, to help us make this the best Star Wars experience in book form. That will be released then next year, for 2014. The following year, 2015, we'll see Force and Destiny, which is the third core rulebook, and it's all about the Jedi versus the Sith. So we have Age of Rebellion beta here, and that's flying off the shelves. Non-Star Wars games. We've got the latest data pack for Android Netrunner, which has been a phenomenal
Another hot game.
Right? We had giant lines, and I lost count the number of people that were coming for opening moves, so check for that soon. We've got Descent the Troll Fens, which is the next Descent expansion. It's a smaller expansion and has new quests, new mechanics, and new figures. It's very cool.
Descent 2.0. Excellent game.
You're enjoying it. All right.
Yes.
Good for you. We love it. I'm glad that people took to it like we hoped we would. Other new releases. We've got Daybreak, the Daybreak expansion from Battlestar. You're familiar with the whole Battlestar Galactica reboot, okay? 4.5 seasons or 4.75 seasons that it was. This completes the story. So this is now as they arrive on Earth, and introduces just more.
They're horribly disappointed
of the story. Well, I totally dug it. I grew up watching the old Battlestar Galactica, and I love this one too. But Battlestar Daybreak has been hugely popular on the line, and you should check it out.
Oh, I'll definitely check it out. Don't worry. I hear you can actually continue on in a new ship. There's a new ship in there.
I won't say too, but look online. Look at all this stuff. All this information you'll find online. For Daybreak, that will be released in the near future. Any of the products for which we are announced that we've announced recently, you'll find more information online as well. And I don't know what else. There's a
Eldritch Horror.
New announcements. The past couple of weeks, we have announced a number of products. Eldritch Horror is a cooperative game for 1 to 8 players. It is the setting may be familiar in that it takes place in the 1920s. H.P. Lovecraft, Cthulhu Mythos IP. Okay, it's something that if you know Arkham Horror, Mansions of Madness, or Elder Sign, you will know this world. The fight against the Ancient Ones has not stopped. but the fight has been taken to an entirely new place. We are now on the global stage. The map will take you all around the world and face the job. Your job is now not to close gates, but to understand these ancient, horrible, unknowable beings. There's a unique mystery deck and unique research deck for each ancient one. So mechanically, the experience is going to feel very different. I mean, it's very familiar, but this is a sister game. This doesn't replace Arkham Horror in any way. There's very unique mechanics with how the gates do open, because that's where monsters spawn. But you should try it. You'll read more online. If you're at Gen Con, you had a chance to play, good for you. We're very excited for this. This will come out later in the year.
Yes.
Two others quickly. Warhammer Disc Wars. Disc Wars is a game that we released many years ago, and is a miniatures tabletop game with hordes of units, except these units are represented by circular discs. And that discs of different size allow you to flip the discs instead of pulling a measuring tape out. The game is incredibly portable and fits in your backpack. Right? 4 factions. There's order versus destruction, but it is set in the Warhammer Fantasy universe. So hordes of armies that you can fit in your backpack. It's $39.95, and that will be out later in the year. It's very exciting. Plays very fast.
Nice.
Last, Battlelore 2nd Edition. Battlelore was announced 2 days ago now, and is something that people ask over and over again. What are you doing with Battlelore? What are you doing with Battlelore? You're letting Battlelore die. And the truth is, we've actually been working very hard on Battlelore for quite a long time. We have brand new sculpts. We have added some new mechanics, but this is based at its core on the Battlelore system that you know and love. There's a left, center, and right section. You're drawing command cards, and you will be executing commands as you order your troops across the board. There are lores. You'll be rolling dice, and there's lore in the game, and so you will have your lore deck. In this case, though, there's a lot of variety in the box. The game is now set in Terranoth, and so this is the setting that in which Descent and Rune Age and Rune Wars and Runebound is set. So there are factions that you know. The Dakan Lords, which is the Thukulon, which are the bloodthirsty Chaos Barbarians, are the 2 factions in the box. There were 90 figures. They were larger. There were 28mm figures. They're single piece.
Really?
Spectacular. The sculpts are beautiful, and the gameplay plays smoother and faster than ever before with more choices. You're going to build your army. You're going to build your army before play. You spend points on the units that you choose to use in your whatever strategic goals you have. There are objective points on the map now, and so you're holding. You want to gather 16 victory points will get you the game, but there are multiple ways to acquire those victory points. The scenarios, instead of having fixed scenarios, there are scenario cards. Each faction has 7 cards, and that gives you essentially half of a map with some terrain, and then a deployment zones into which you will place your units. You place those unit cards face down after you've selected from what is available, and you fill up all of the unit spaces. And then you simultaneously reveal. So there's Fog of War, there's custom army builds, there's unique scenarios where your general might understand your half of the landscape, you don't know what you're facing, and you don't know where you're facing it. There's objective banners on the board that will gain you victory points, and it's the race to 16 victory points. It plays phenomenally well. It's a lot of fun, and it looks beautiful. So check it out. End of year. And I think that's what I have. There's a lot more.
Great.
Check the website. And thanks.
Anton, thank you very much.
You got it.
That's it.
Take care.
We need more pounds.